So here, dividing polynomial by a monomial. Let's solve b now. If you have 5b to the power 4 minus 15b squared plus 1. Now, this polynomial here divides by 5b cubic. Now, what you have to do here? Here, we have to make like divide or distribute the first term into 5b cubic, but by division, like mean 5b to the power 4 over 5b cubic. Then minus 15b squared over 5b squared plus 1 over 5b, cubic, not squared. So here, as we said, we distribute each term on 5b cubic. So we have it as 5b to the power 4 into 5b cubic and 15b squared into 5b cubic and 1 into 5b cubic. Then after that, here what did we have? 5 times 4b's, 1, 2, 3, and 4 over 5 times 3b minus 15b squared. 15, it is 5 times 3 times how many b here we have? We have 2b.
2b.
So b and b over
2b.
5 3b's plus 1 over 5b cubic. This is, we cannot simplify it. Then let's come back here now. b with b, 5 with 5, b with b, b with b. So what did we have left here? We have b.
B.
Minus 5 with 5, b with b, b with b. So what did we have now?
3b and b.
3 over b plus 1 over 5 b cubic. So the final answer here, or the product is 5. The quotient is 5 minus 3 over b plus 1 over 5b cubic. This is if you want to divide a polynomial into monomial.
So what's the final answer like that?
This one.
Okay. We no need to simplify, or we can simplify.
No. It's already simplified.
Okay.
This is the answer. But now, if this is step, since you make this step, that means you simplify.
Okay.
Okay, now let's solve number 12. C. In C here, we have 12c to the power 4 plus 18c squared plus 9c divides by 6c. Yes, Huda.
I just want to solve it with you.
Yalla, okay. What do you have to do at first?
Wait, just the screen. Okay. We will put 12c to the power 4 over 6c.
Bravo. Plus
18c to the power 2 over 6c.
Bravo. Plus
9c over 6c.
Bravo. Now let's simplify. Yalla, Huda. The first one here.
12, 6 multiplied by 2.
Bravo. Times.
C times C times C.
Bravo. Over 6c. Plus
6c.
18. 3
9 multiplied
times
by
6.
2.
Oh, 3 by 6 because I need to cancel it here with 6. 3 by 6.
Okay. By 6 multiplied by
Times
2.
C times C. Bravo. Over
6c.
over 6c plus
3 multiplied
9c,
by
3 by 3c over
6c.
أو 3 by 2c.
Okay.
يلا, then 6 cancel 6, c cancel c. So what do you have here?
2 to the power 3. C,
C
2,
cubic,
2,
bravo,
2 to the power 3.
bravo. Then here, 6 with 6, c with c. So what did you have now?
3c.
3c plus c with c, 3 with 3. So what did you have now?
3 over 2.
Bravo, Yehuda. Thank you so much.
Welcome.
This is here C. Do you have any question?
Miss, yes.
No,
Miss. Here. Miss, I am doing it like simplifying 12 with 6, 18 with 6,
Yeah.
and teacher and 9 and 9 over 6. I will make divide by 3, divide by 3. Can I?
Ah, yes. You get 3 over 2, is it right?
Yes.
Yes. Oh.
Okay.
Yeah. Now, for dividing polynomial into a monomial, is it clear? Do you have any question?
No,
Miss.
Miss. Thank you.
Now, let's go to this one here. Now, all of you, open your eyes, open your eyes, your nose, your mouth, everything with me now. Yeah. Dividing by binomial. Now, before that, here we have to deal with it as a fraction. Do you remember if I want to divide 32, 132 into 5? What did we say? I divide the first part into 5. Can I? No. I will look at 13. 13 over 5. I will ask myself, what is the number that's I multiplied by 5? I get a number that's related, near 13. It's 2. You say, then 2 times 5, 10. Then you put the 3 down after subtracting. Then you will put this 2 here. Then you will ask yourself, 32 divided by 5, approximately 6. 6 by 5 is 30, so the remainder is 2. This is how to divide a number by a number. Today now we will learn how can we divide a polynomial into a binomial. Look at here. The first step, we write 3d squared minus 4d plus 13 divided by d plus 3. Then, how did you get started? Divide the first term in the dividend by the first term in the divisor. Divide the first term in the dividend by the first term in the divisor. So, 3d squared over d. What did you get? You get 3d over d, simplify, so it's 3d. So 3d squared over d is 3d. Then multiply. When you want to multiply now, you have to multiply 3d by the whole, which is d plus 3. Not by d only. Divide by d, multiply by d plus 3. So the second step of the next step here, multiply 3d with d plus 3. How to multiply 3d by d plus 3? By the distributive property. You have to say 3d times d, which is 3d squared, plus 3d
9d
times 3, which is 9d. This answer, 3d squared plus 9d, write it here. Hey, 3d squared plus 9d. Then, as we did in the numbers, you have to subtract. Since we want to subtract, be careful here. You have, since you subtract, here you have to change the sign of each one. I mean, 3d, it was positive. when you subtract it, and here you have a bracket. So since you have a minus sign here, this minus sign, when you want to remove the bracket, it will be minus here, and it was a plus, it will be minus now. I will repeat, it was 3d squared plus 9d. Since you multiply it by minus, it comes like 3d squared minus 9d. So negative 3d squared minus 9d. So then after this step now, 3d squared minus 3d squared is 0. And negative 4d minus 9d. Let's do it here. Negative 4d minus 9d. What you have to do? As we said before, take one of the variables here and then add the numbers. Negative 4 minus 9.
13.
Negative 13d. So the answer here is negative 13d. Then let's see here now. Negative 13d. Let's divide now by d. Now here, the first term that I have it now, divide it by the first term in the divisor. So negative 13d over d is what? Negative 13. So the answer here is negative 13. Then after we divide, let's now to multiply. When you want to multiply here, you have to multiply by d plus 3. So negative 13 times d is negative 13d. Well, negative 13 times positive 3 is negative 39.
Yes.
Then here you have minus sign. Since we have minus sign, it's change the signs inside the brackets. So here it will be plus, and here it will be plus also, or plus 2. So what did we have now? So this sign, this minus sign, it's like a magic. It's changed the sign inside the bracket. Now negative 13d plus positive, or negative 13 plus 13 is 0. They cancel each other. Plus 39. So here 39, you cannot, since 39, its degree, did you remember that when I told you that a constant, what is its degree?
0.
0, bravo. And d, its degree is 1. Since the degree of 39 is less than the degree of 1, I will stop. So I will say that the answer here is 3d minus 3, and the remainder here equal 39.
Teacher, minus 13.
Sorry. Now,
And teacher, this
After that.
positive 13, what I will do with it?
Which one?
Here, teacher, we have 3d squared minus 4d plus 13. What I will do with this 13? I will not make with it anything.
No, you make it, yes, I forget it. Then here, so we have now positive 39. Now, since we end down here, look at, did we have any constant? Yes, 13. Add it down. 39 plus 13, 52.
50, yes.
So here I end now with 52. So what does it mean? Now, since 52, so I will get, since I get the last number, and the last number is less than the remainder, or its degree is less than the degree of the divisor, so I will stop. I will say now, the answer is 3D minus 13 with the remainder 52. Right. Now, let's tell you something here. Now, when you divide 1990, as an example, divide by 7. What did we do? We said 1 divided by 7, we cannot. 19 divided by 7, it is 2. 2 times 7 is 14. Then we make subtract. 19 minus 14 is 5. Then what you have to do, we put the second digit, which is 9, as we did here. Here, after we subtract 13d squared, we got the second digit, which is negative 4d. We add it to what we have before, or to what we get. We put 9 down, so we have it as 59 over 7. 59 over 7 is 8. 8 times 9 is 56. Then we subtract, we get 3. What did we have now? We have 0. Put the 0 now. Then 30 over 7 is 4. 4 times 7 is 28. Now what the remainder here is 2. Can I divide 2 by 7? Without decimals. Okay,
No.
I know that I can with decimals. But here, since 2 is less than 7, I have to stop. Okay, how can I write it now? You write it as 284 and 2 over what?
7.
Over 7. Bravo.
Mixed number, it will become
240, 84 over and 2 over 7. Here, we have to do the sum. We have to say the quotient, which is 3D minus 13. Let me change the color here. 3D minus 13, but here you have to say plus. 3D minus 13 plus the remainder, which is 52 over D plus 3. This will be now the answer. That is the whole number is 3D plus 3 plus 13, sorry, plus the remainder over the divisor. So the quotient plus the remainder over the divisor. Now let's do another example. I know you may and you understand it 50%. Let's do another example here now. 2 m squared minus m minus 3 divided by m plus 1. Now, where is the first term on the dividend here? It is 2m squared.
2m?
2m squared.
Yes, in the dividend.
And where is that first term on the divisor?
M.
It is m. Now, the first step, I have to divide the first term on the dividend by the first term on the divisor. So 2m squared over m, which is 2m over m. 2m. So when you divide 2m squared into m, you get 2m. Then, so here, I want now to multiply. When you want to multiply, you have to multiply with the whole divisor, not with the first term only. So 2m by m plus 1. 2m by m plus 1 by the distributive property. 2m times m plus 2m times 1. So we get it as 2m squared plus 2m. This answer now, take it here. 2 m squared plus 2m. Then, as we did before here, you have to subtract. When you subtract, it's like a magic. You have to change the sign of each one. So this plus here, it will be minus.
Miss, always like that?
Yes.
If it's minus, to be plus? Or
Yeah,
just
you have, yeah, it is like, and you have to subtract here. It's like, I mean, you have the answer like 2m squared plus 2m. When you subtract, that means you have to change the sign or to multiply -1 by 2m squared plus -1 by 2m, like to distribute the negative sign. So you get it as -2m squared minus 2m. Or you can say the negative sign, it's like a magic here. It's like Superman, as you want. Change the sign for each term. If it is positive, make it negative. If it is negative, make it positive.
No, it's easier to make it like a magic.
Yeah. So it's -2m squared minus -2m. Then let's now continue. 2m squared minus -2m squared. It's cancelled. 0. Negative m
0.
minus 2m.
Negative
1m.
2m squared.
Negative 3m. Here you have 1.
3m.
So you added them. And after we
Oh.
change the sign, now you have to add -1 minus 2 plus -2 is -3m.
Yes.
Okay, don't subtract here. You have to, and since the magic power is working, since it's changed the sign, so we come back to plus. Then we have -3m. Now -3m divide by what? By m plus 1 or by m only?
Divide by m.
By m only. Bravo. Now -3m over m is
-3.
So right here, -3.
-3.
Yes.
Then
bravo.
now we will multiply.
Then let's come to multiply. When you want to multiply, multiply by the whole divisor. -3
M plus
times m plus 1. يلا. -3 times m.
-3m.
-3 times 1. -3.
Negative
So what do I get now?
3, I mean.
I get -3m minus 3.
Minus 3.
And here you have a minus sign. Now, أصلا by logic, if you want, since you want to cancel them, okay, so you need to change the sign of the second column here. So the magic sign, it will make this one as a plus and this one as a plus. The -3m with 3m, it's cancel each other. So what did we have now? We have +3. And then this -3, bring it down. So what's the remainder will be? 0.
+3. 0.
+3 minus 3 is 0. So you have to say that the quotient here of dividing this polynomial into binomial is 2m minus 3. This is the final answer.
Wait, Miss, it shouldn't be -0.
No, -0 or +0, it means 0.
Oh, okay.
2m minus 3, teacher, and the remainder, okay.
0, so no need to write continue.
Okay.
Is it now clear, more than the previous one?
Yes, teacher, it's clear, like we are making the division.
No, we have to solve more
so now
examples.
this is done first.
Yalla, now let's have this example here. N squared plus 5n minus 4 over n minus 4. Now don't forget, when you divide on the first term. When you multiply with the whole term.
Teacher, will
Okay?
you solve number 16 or 18?
Both
Okay.
of them. It's 16. N squared minus 5n plus 4 over n minus 4. Yellow, where's the first term here? It is n squared. And here
Square.
it is n.
N.
N squared over n.
It
Equal
will be
N.
N.
Equal n.
N.
So n times n.
2,
N
no
squared.
1.
Yes,
Then
N
n
squared.
times.
Yeah.
So here you have to multiply. When you go back here, you have to multiply n with the whole divisor. So it is n squared minus 4n.
4n.
Yes.
Then the third step. So after you multiply, don't forget you have to subtract. When you subtract, that means you have to change the sign of each term. Then 2n squared minus n squared, 0. They cancel each other.
0.
Then negative 5n plus 4n. What did you get?
Negative 9.
Negative
Negative
n.
N.
Negative 5 plus 4 is negative n.
Oh.
Then negative n over n.
It will be, teacher, yes, positive 0.
Negative 1. Then negative 1 times n minus 4. Negative 1 times n is negative n. And negative 1 times negative 4 is plus 4. So we have it as negative n plus 4. Then subtract. Subtract, that means change the sign.
Teacher, wait, what happened here?
Where?
You made
Miss, I
negative.
started to be confused.
Where,
Teacher,
Farah?
what do you... Here, teacher, you made negative n divided by n equals 0. Then, teacher, what did you made after this? You brought the 4 or what?
Negative, here, negative 5n plus 4n is negative n.
Yes.
The negative n over n.
Equal
It's a
negative 1.
n, it's mean negative 1 times n over n. So it's negative 1. So you put it here as a negative 1. When you want to multiply, you have to multiply negative 1 with the divisor here.
Okay.
So what did you get? You get as negative 1 times n minus 4. So it's like negative n plus 4. You wrote it down here. But since we have the magic subtraction, let's change the sign. This minus, it will be plus here.
Yes.
And this plus, it will be minus here. Then they cancel each other. Then we have negative 4. Then we bring this positive 4 down. And the remainder will be 0. So the quotient here for dividing n squared minus 5n plus 4 over n minus 4 is n minus 1.
Okay, teacher. Okay, I will write it. So, teacher, can you wait?
Yalla, okay, I'm waiting you.
Teacher, I don't understand. Why did we bring negative 1?
This one here, the white one.
Yes, I got confused.
Now, here we divide negative n into n. Fine. Now, negative n. It is, can you write it as negative 1 times n?
Yes.
over n. Then n cancel n, so you have it as -1.
So I divide it again.
Why divide again?
Teacher, I understood until we made it to n to the power of 2 minus 4n. After that, I got confused.
Type, okay. I'll repeat it now.
Me too, Miss. I got so confused now.
Here we said n squared minus n squared, they cancel each other. Then -5n plus 4n, -5n plus 4n. We take one of the n's here, and then we have to add the numbers. -5 plus 4 is -1n. -1 times n. Then what we have to do? We have to divide -1n over n. -1n over n. What's the answer? -1. So I wrote -1 here.
So I divide it again by n.
Yes, you exactly. You divide it by n. Well, yes, you have to continue. Like the numbers, we divide two numbers. Then after that, you have to multiply -1, the numbers that you get it now, by n plus 4, n minus 4, sorry. -1 times n is -n, and -1 times -4 is +4. So -n plus 4. So here, what did you have now? -n plus 4. Now, but what did you have? You have a minus. This minus is like a magic. It's make the minus plus will plus minus. Then -1n plus 1n. They cancel each other. Is it right?
Yes.
So what did you have now? You have -4, and then you will put down the +4, and the remainder here is 0.
So it will be n minus 1.
So the answer, the quotient is n minus 1. Is it clear now, Nida? And Huda?
Yes, teacher, it's clear.
Yeah, better than before.
Okay. Now, let's solve number, I don't want 18, I want 17. 17 from the book here. Because it has a remainder. Y squared minus y plus 2 over y minus or plus 2. Y plus 2. Then here, let's divide it now. Y squared minus y plus 2 over y plus 2. The first step, y squared over y. Now y squared over y is what?
Equal y.
Y. Y squared divided by y. Here we have y over y, so it's y. Then y times y plus 2. I want to multiply. So y times y is y squared. And y times 2, sorry, is 2y. So I get it as y squared plus 2y.
Yes.
Then,
So it will be plus 2y, and we have the magical sign.
yeah, bravo. Now, so then we have to change the signs. This is minus and this is minus 2. So what did we get now? Y squared minus y squared, they cancel each other. and negative y minus 2y. Let's take 1y here, and negative 1 minus 2. When you add the numbers with the same sign, you have to add them, keep the sign. So you have negative 3y. Then negative 3y, let's divide it by y only. What did you get? We get negative 3. So let's put here
Negative
negative 3. Then
Yes.
let's multiply now negative 3 with y plus 2.
Yes.
So it will be negative 3y minus negative 3 times 2, which is negative 6. So I have now here, I rewrite them as negative 3y minus 6. Then change the sign. Plus, plus. So what did we get now? We get it as 6. Then
Yes.
put the plus 2 down. We have it as 8. So the remainder here is what? 8. Now,
Should be
you want to write the answer. You have to write it as the quotient plus the remainder over the divisor. This is the formula. Where is the quotient here? It is y minus 3. Where is the remainder?
8.
It is 8. Where is the divisor?
Y plus 2.
Y plus.
Y plus 2.
Yes, this is the final answer.